Hey folks, this is Tom with Action News. We are live at Ranch and Home in Kennewick where a man is armed with a knife and refusing police commands. We've seen him pull out the knife a couple times and now he's just pulled it out again, or what appears to be a knife. We've heard police mention many times that it is a knife, but officers have tried multiple times to ask this man to put the knife away, and he's refused. Again, this is at Ranch and Home in Kennewick, just off of Columbia Center Boulevard. Ranch and Home is kind of on some sort of modified lockdown where they're not allowing anybody in or out. Now you can see police have a canine here, and it's possible they may use it in this scenario. We have Kennewick Police as well as Benton County Sheriff's Office here on scene. But again, multiple times we've heard police issue commands to this man to put his knife away, and he continues to refuse. Now, I don't know if you heard that, but police shouting on the bullhorn, "You are under arrest. Put the knife down." And you can see the man is refusing that request. There are kind of a number of spectators. This has drawn quite a scene. Again, Ranch and Home is kind of locked down right now, so nobody in or out. Again, we are at Ranch and Home. For those just joining us, our viewership has picked up a bit. So this is Ranch and Home in Kennewick off of Columbia Center Boulevard. You can see the knife there. The gentleman has it. It's clear. Sorry if my image is a little blurry there, but it's clear he is holding a knife. But again, this is Kennewick Ranch and Home, Columbia Center Boulevard, just south of the mall, kind of across the street from Target. I'm hoping you can hear me with the wind. But a man is armed with a knife outside of the store, and he refuses to listen to police commands. You can see the knife there in his right hand. Police have multiple times told him to put the knife down, that he's under arrest, and he has continued to refuse commands. see if I can get a different vantage point here. Multiple times police have asked him to put the knife down on the ground. He's refused. The store itself is on lockdown. Nobody in or out. This is, as you can see, I'm getting a bit of a scene here as multiple people are watching. I think a lot of people came to the store so they could shop, but they can't at this point. You can see the gates are shut. Nobody in or out right now. So we got Kennewick Police on scene, also the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Hoping this comes to a peaceful resolution. No, sir. Sorry about the wind, guys. There's nothing really I can do about it. So again, this is the Kennewick Ranch and Home, Columbia Center Boulevard, just south of the mall. Police were called in here, actually, to a man who displayed a gun, was the original call. It turned out that gun was a knife. I heard on the police radio that this was a man that I guess police had contacted earlier this morning. I don't know what that was about. But this gentleman here, right outside Ranch and Home in Kennewick, is armed with a knife. We've seen him display it several times. He's put it now, it appears. But officers have asked him multiple times to put the knife down and to cooperate. And he's refused. So we've got the Benton County Sheriff here with a canine, along with Kennewick Police. And they're trying to defuse the situation here. Now Ranch and Home is on some sort of a modified lockdown. You can see the gates are closed, even though the store should be open right now, I believe. You can't hear it probably, but police are still talking to the man. Yeah, Misty's saying, I hope he's able to get the help he needs. It's obvious that this man is either suffering from a mental health episode, or something. So, certainly hope he does get the help he needs. Give you a look at the scene here. Somebody's asking how old he is. I would say he'd be in his 20s, early 30s at most. You can see the gates to Ranch and Home shut down. Nobody in or out right now. Okay, he's asking for the location. So this is Ranch and Home in Kennewick, Washington, on Columbia Center Boulevard. It is just south of the mall, kind of right across the street from Target. See an officer getting what could be one of those special, less than lethal I think we also have a mental health professional here now. You know, Kennewick Police, Pasco Police, Richland, they all have these mental health professionals here. You can see the woman there. They're brought to the scenes of situations where they know they're dealing with somebody who's having a difficult time. And so this has been a partnership with the area police agencies for, I want to say, at least a year now. Hey. And then just on the other side of that motorcycle, police have a canine here. Robert, can you do me a favor? Sure. Can you I've got like a briefcase in my passenger, right, my Jeep there. In the big pouch in the front, I've got a battery. It's in a little black mesh bag.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Luckily, I've got a friend here who's helping me out. I'm worried my phone's gonna run out of juice. So I've got a battery for it. I didn't think the situation was gonna take this long, but police are going through every resource available to try to get this man help and come to some peaceful resolution. But again, you can see this man continues to bring the knife out. You can see it right now in his hand. I'm sorry that the image keeps getting distorted there. Thank you, sir. Can you hold that for me for just a second as I plug it in?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Oh, so sorry guys, I'm all over the place here. There's a steadier shot. Thank you so much, sir. Sorry guys, I'm plugging in a battery here. Thanks, Robert.
Anytime.
So again, a mental health professional has been brought in just within the last couple of minutes to try to talk to this man. He continues to refuse police commands. They've asked him multiple times to put his knife down. You can see it in his right hand. Maybe a little more difficult to see. Looks like they're putting the dog away now. See the knife in his left hand now. I think everybody can see it at home. There's no question this man is armed. And again, police have told him several times to put the knife down. This is at the Kennewick Ranch and Home on Columbia Center Boulevard. Okay. Hopefully we have some progress here. I think he's put the knife down. And he's picked it back up. Sarah's asking how long they've been here. Gosh, I don't know how long this stream has been going, but they were here maybe 10 minutes before I started the live stream, so it's close to half an hour now, I would say, that this has transpired. Yeah, I would say about half an hour, maybe a little longer. And police must have at least 2 dogs on scene now, because I'm hearing a different one bark. How long? 20 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah. So this has probably been going on for about 30 minutes so far. Again, ranch and home, locked down, nobody in or out. There are at least 50 people in the parking lot watching, probably more. I'm probably underestimating that. Oh. We were listening to the police radio and we heard employees of the store call the situation in. They said the man was armed at the store. And police made contact with this gentleman out front who's refused to put away a knife. Juanita asked, was he threatening people? We don't know. It sounded like he showed the knife to people. That's what we heard on the radio. Kind of in a not nice way. We'll put it that way. I won't say that it was threatening, but I'm seeing members of the SWAT team come in, I believe. Sorry. So again, we're at the Kennewick Ranch and Home. This is off Columbia Center Boulevard, just south of the mall, kind of across the street from Target. You can see the gentleman squatting there on the front of the building is the reason for this event. This man is armed with a knife. He's displayed it several times. Police have been speaking with him for several minutes now, telling him to put the knife away. He has refused. Now police appear to be waiting him out a bit. A mental health professional is here on scene. The area agencies work closely with them at least 5 days a week. I don't know if they are on the weekends, but at least 5 days a week to deal with situations like this when somebody is clearly dealing with an issue. They help diffuse situations like this. It's been a program with our area police departments for, I want to say, at least a year now, probably more. You can see Kennewick Ranch and Home locked down. No customers in or out. Benton County Sheriff's Office on scene as well. They have a couple of canines on scene. You can see the gentleman, I don't know if it will show up very well, but you can see he's brought the knife out again. Sorry, as I zoom in, I lose focus there, folks. You just can't really see. I can hear the mental health professional talking to him. Good, how you doing?
How are you? So, the bosses are asking that we see if people will be willing to go. Okay. That way if stuff goes sideways, you don't get, the dog doesn't come and bite you guys or something on accident. So, that's what they're asking. So yeah.
See you, Robert. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's their fear. Copy. Yeah. So, like I said with the dog thing, if he starts running, that's what they're doing. They're actually letting a couple of dogs go. So they just don't want somebody to get bit.
Okay.
So that's what they're asking, but can't force you to do it. But if you want to stick around, you can go to the KFC parking lot or something. Thank you.
People saying stay there. I did kind of lose my cover. I had a big, large Dodge Ram kind of shielding me. So again, this is a Kennewick ranch and home. A man armed with a knife continues to refuse officers' commands to put it away. He seems a little more relaxed now, sitting down, whereas before he was standing up and kind of pointing the knife at officers. Now he's just placed it down on the ground. I don't know, I'm kind of commentating as I see this happening because I don't know if you folks can see it quite well enough at home. But he keeps picking that knife right back up. He acts like he's going to put the knife down and he brings it back up. Now he's kind of showing it as if it's a gun. Police saying he was doing that earlier, kind of pointing it as if it was a firearm. So I'm going to talk about the resources that officers have here. They have a couple of canines. On-duty SWAT team is showing up now. A mental health professional has been brought in to talk to this man. This scene has been playing out for well over half an hour now as police have gone through a lot of options to try to talk to this man, and he's conversing with him, but he just continues to refuse to do what they ask him to do. So canines are on scene. An officer did come by and say that they're going to release the canines and they don't want anybody to get hurt, but we don't know that that is going to happen quite yet. Yeah, you can see all the neighboring agencies coming in. So on-duty SWAT is now on scene from neighboring agencies like Richland here. Okay, he's taking off some clothing. I don't know if that's a ask by the officers on scene or not. But again, continues to grab that knife and hold it. Can't tell what he's doing right now. 8:54 now. We're getting close to almost an hour on scene with this gentleman at the ranch and home in Kennewick. You can see every once in a while the sun will shine on that knife and you can get a good look at it. It's a fairly significantly large blade. Now that's, I guess, a command from police to show that he's not armed with any other weapons or anything. But that knife still being held in his left hand now. Again, mental health professional has been brought on scene. She's been talking to the individual. We've heard police multiple times tell him to put the knife down. He's refused. On-duty SWAT on scene. We have seen a less than lethal device that police use that would shoot like a rubber bullet or a sandbag bullet. Canines on scene. Now, none of that's been used at this point. Police have just continued to try to talk to the individual. It's clear he is suffering from some sort of a mental health episode or something. So we hope he gets the help he needs, but we also hope that this first comes to some sort of a peaceful resolution. Yeah, so people asked what brought this on. We heard over the radio that the man had brought out, at first it was called out that he brought out a gun while at ranch and home. But as police arrived, they determined it was a knife. Now, again, I need to get clarification from an officer a little bit later, but that's what we heard over the radio. Hey, sir. So, Captain Aaron Clem is on scene now. And hopefully we can get some information from him, of course, when he has time. I'm not going to push that at this point. We'll let them deal with what they've got going on, and hopefully we'll get some clarification as to what's going on. I don't know what he's doing. He appears to be eating something. But I don't know what. And he appeared to be using his knife to as a utensil to cut up whatever he was eating. So people have asked why so many officers have come to the scene, and we'll ask police that. I think just off the top of my head, it's kind of a safety thing, right? Safety for the people around the business here, safety for the officers involved, and safety for the gentleman that they're dealing with. It's not a SWAT guy, it's a SWAT team. And it's a team so they can kind of watch each other and make sure that everybody is safe involved. So it's not an attempt to intimidate the gentleman or anything like that. It's just an issue of safety. You know, police often have backups for traffic stops just because they want to make sure everybody is safe. But again, we'll ask police why so many individuals come, but I think that might be at least a part of the answer we would get. So again, we're at the Kennewick Ranch and Home. I'm going to zoom out and show you the scene. Police have kind of scattered a lot of the folks away from the scene now. We had a lot more looky-loos than we do right now. The crowd has sort of dissipated some. This is the Kennewick Ranch and Home off of Columbia Center Boulevard. Police were called out to a man who apparently showed a weapon at the store. It was actually a third-party call, and what that means is somebody who didn't witness the event, you were told about the event, and so they called police originally. So police came, found this man with a knife. It was apparently a gentleman they contacted earlier this morning or last night. Oh, here we go. Hopefully we have some sort of resolution I can see. No. He's still armed here. And I think they just hit him with a beanbag gun. But he's still holding that knife. Put it down, man. So this is the closest he's gotten to the officers. He continues to hold that knife. Kind of pointing it at officers. Now he's not holding it, but I think he's just put the knife in his waistband. He's certainly agitated. So I'm going to pan away from him, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show. I'm going to make the decision to not show what happens. So I'll just talk you through it if you don't mind. The gentleman's still armed with a knife. So again, I apologize, but I don't feel comfortable showing him. So I can tell you nothing's changed. The gentleman's still holding a knife, walking a little closer to officers now. Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable showing it on live. I mean, this is basically live TV, right? So, I can tell you nothing's changed. The gentleman still is holding his knife. It's just getting to a point now where it's escalated a bit. I would hate for this to go south, you know, and police have done a lot to try to make sure that this man is in custody peaceful. Now, as soon as that has happened, I don't mind turning the camera towards the individual at all, but right now, I just don't feel comfortable having a live camera on the guy. I mean, it's clear this gentleman is suffering from a mental health episode right now. His gesturing is just not consistent with somebody who's in the right headspace. Okay, he's walking away now, so I'll show what we're seeing. Things have kind of de-escalated a bit. He's approaching the officers again. Continues to walk a little closer to the police. I don't see the knife in his hand, but it's there in his waistband. He just gestured towards it. I don't know if you can see him or not. Yeah, I've got him in there. trying to light a cigarette with this wind. Again, the knife right now appears to be in his waistband. Hey, things got a little testy there for a sec.
Yeah.
I got chastised for not showing him.
Yeah.
For a bit.
For not showing
him. I didn't like where it was going, so I turned the camera off. You want to give us an update on what's going on?
Yeah. At this point, officers responded because this male behind us, whose name I don't know, had been out here in front of the store, and when employees came in to open the store, he pulled out a knife. As far as we know, he didn't threaten anybody at this point, but entered the store aggressively, claiming to want to buy a gun. They obviously felt threatened, so they got him to exit the store and close the door, so they got the store locked down so everybody's safe inside the store.
Okay.
Police got here. They have been talking with him ever since then, trying to get him to drop the knife. He's refusing to. They told him he's under arrest. He's refusing to drop the knife and be taken into custody. At this point, we're just trying to de-escalate the situation. We have our mental health professionals on scene. We have our crisis negotiating team on scene, just trying to communicate with him and getting him to drop the weapon so that we can take him into custody and then try to solve any problems that he may have. As you can see, they're still working through that process.
Yeah. People have asked why so many. It kind of instigates him, or takes the situation to another level. I try to explain what I thought it would be, but why do you have so many people here?
It's a big outdoor area, so we have to contain him, right? So that's why it takes so many. And thankfully, really, we live in the Tri-Cities, so we have a lot of officers in the Tri-Cities. So when we have an incident like this, again, we want to make sure that people are contained. We're able to provide safety for the community while still dealing with the situation. So you'll see we have officers over here for containment. We have officers on the other side, again, for containment. So we have him in an area where he's not going to escape, and then we can work through the de-escalation tactics to try and get him into custody safely.
Okay, we have, if you don't mind, I've got one armchair quarterback at home who says, so he's done nothing illegal. What has he done illegal?
No, so he's trespassing, disorderly conduct, potentially some threats. He does have warrants, my understanding. I don't know what his name is, but they apparently have him identified. He's got warrants for his arrest.
Okay.
He's attempting to purchase guns, but he's unable to own guns because of some previous stuff.
Okay.
So that in and of itself, trying to buy a gun is not illegal, but he's
Sure.
done some other things, which is why we're here trying to take him into custody.
And the way he's showing the knife, it's not like he's like, hey, take a look at my pretty toy. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of a threatening manner, right?
It's what we would call brandishing it, right?
Okay.
So he's showing it in a threatening manner, although he hasn't come out and actually said, I'm going to cut you or I'm going to stab you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Again, that was Captain Eric Clem with the Kennewick Police Department. He's on scene. I've lost track of our individual. He's on the other side of the car there. You can probably see him now. Again, he's taking a couple steps closer to police. Does not appear to be holding the knife that I can see right now, but I also don't see it on the ground. So again, Captain Clem kind of piecing some things together for us. The man apparently entered ranch and home armed with a knife. Made employees feel very uncomfortable. He didn't threaten anybody, but Captain Clem said he was aggressive. Let's see if I can get a different angle here. And you know, people have commented about why is there such a strong police presence. Well, man, it's going to be hard for me to get a better vantage point, folks. Captain Clem explained that you know, it's a big open area. They want to make sure he stays. Oh, I'm hearing some beanbags now. So that was a series of devices police used. You can see that officer was holding the knife as he walked away from the individual. So it appears things have kind of worked themselves out. Officers now have the man detained. I think I heard their sandbag gun used. I think I heard a taser in there. I heard a flashbang device. Kind of a coordinated. You can see the man limping but able to walk. So good news now, the gentleman's in custody. He was limping, but didn't seem too badly hurt. Captain Clem coming over here again to kind of give us a brief rundown of what happened. Hey, so that was pretty quick. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so pretty quick. So he kept getting closer and closer and closer and kind of pushing the hand of the officers. Obviously, we want to try de-escalating every opportunity we get. We were able to take advantage of an opportunity to shoot him with a less lethal munition. At that point, he dropped the knife and fell to the ground, and that's when our officers were able to get up on him, take him into custody.
I think I heard like a flashbang type
so
thing too.
A noise diversion munition, and that's just to create some additional diversion for him, for the officers approaching.
Okay, anybody hurt? I mean, I saw maybe he was limping a bit.
Medics are on their way. They're going to take a look at him, make sure everything's safe, and then he'll be booked in the Benton County Jail.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.